Here, I'd like to show you how you can use ChatGPT to write a CV. Now, we are not going to spend our time focusing on all aspects of a CV, but the ones that I think can be helped getting input from ChatGPT, which would include the summary as well as the experience section. Now, in this scenario, what we're doing is we're going to pretend that we're looking for our first job in software testing and that we have past experience in other industries. Here it would be as a waitress at different restaurants and that we've also worked in retail. Now let's see what they come up with here. Now I think this is a good start. One thing I've noticed is it doesn't quite highlight enough what I bring to the table uniquely, given my past experience as a waitress and having worked in retail. So I'm now going to try again to give ChatGPT another prompt, but get them to expand and explain specifically how my experience would enable me to be a great software tester. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm being quite specific in my prompt and try to give as clear directions as I can. This includes giving a word limit to the summary, because I've found with ChatGPT before, if I'm not very clear, or especially if I don't give a word limit, then it just runs on and on. So here, I'll have a look through the summary. As a seasonal waitress and retail work, I've honed essential skills that translate seamlessly into the realm of software testing. All right, I like that start. And they talk about relevant experience from customer service. I guess having worked as a waitress and retail worker, you are quite, customer facing. There's a clear link on how that could help me communicate with developers and collaborate with teams. Okay, cool. All right, now I'm happy with this. I'm going to move on to the experience section of the CV. Now, what I'm going to try and do is get them to write the experience section of the CV, or the same CV, so the same persona, using the STAR method. So STAR is situation, task, action, result. And I am defining the tasks that I did at the restaurant. And then we're going to see what they come up with here. I did find it a little bit hard to phrase the last part, delivering food, bringing food. But yeah, because when I think of delivering, I think of delivering babies. Okay, now I don't quite like what I'm seeing, because it's broken down to a separate bullet point, like one bullet point for S, or for a situation, one for a task, one for action, one for a result. When I really want these short, concise bullet points, I'm going to try again with my prompt to see if we can get anywhere further with this. Alright, so I'm going to just reread my prompt from before. Seeing if there's anything I want to focus on. And then I'm going to try again with my prompt. And state that I don't want separate bullet points for each part of STAR. Okay, alright. Truth be told, what I'm seeing, I'm still pretty unhappy with. And I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm not sure I'm going to get anywhere further. But one thing that does stand out to me so far is the results, because I do find when writing the experience section of the CV, it's easy to talk about the tasks. That's what people tend to focus on. But really, the result, in my opinion, is how you add value, or we add value. Now we're going to try again. So I'm going to say, can you combine the two into 2 bullet points? And say that, and being specific, saying each bullet point includes a situation, task, action, and result. I'm having a look at this, and I don't think it's going to get any better at this stage. But I'm just going to focus on some of the key parts that they've highlighted. So engage with customers, took accurate orders, address special requests, and also the action result, especially around enhanced customer satisfaction, contributed to repeat business. I mean, there's a lot of acquisition costs when you're trying to get new customers, as well as highlighting that this would be relevant to testing. Now I'm going to use a tool called ResuMaker.ai to create my CV. One thing I want to highlight is I'm only using this for the purpose of this video. It's up to you if you wanted to do it on Word or on a tool like Canva, but this, at least for this video, this is a lot quicker and easier. This is a paid tool. I want to highlight that. Alrighty, now we have logged in and we're going to create a new resume. Now it already has my name and my email address, and what I'm going to enter is my desired job title, so software tester. But the cool thing is they do give some suggestions for roles as you start to enter text into the job title field. Phone, this is not my real phone number, but for the purpose of this demonstration, that's a number. Lund, Sweden, a bunch of other fields. You can choose to fill it out, but I don't really see the point of doing it at this stage. Now scrolling down, we're going to go into the summary field, and this is where we're going to get our input from ChatGPT. And I think it was the reply to our second prompt that I would like to copy and paste. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Now, 2 things stand out to me when I look at it on the page to see how it looks. The first is it's a big blob of text, and the second is I think it looks a wee bit too long, and I don't really like the wording of identify software bugs and inconsistencies, simply because for me, testers do a lot more than that. So I'm going to maybe try and reword that. And this part's a bit tricky, but what I do realize here is that there's enough value, I guess, already in my summary section without that sentence. So I do get rid of the sentence, and as I mentioned before, it's a blob of text, so let's break it up so it's a wee bit more readable. Alright, I'm happy. Apparently I can't spell. Skill sets are 2 words, so I am going to split that up. And on to the next one. Our work experience. We are going to grab that from the last reply to our last prompt in ChatGPT. Now this isn't we're not going to just copy paste. We're going to do a wee bit of editing, but it's nice to have a wee bit of a starting point, right? And add experience, open up that section. Waitress. And let's say I was at a Mexican restaurant because I really like Mexican food. Location, I'll skip that. But I've entered some dates. Alrighty, now time to copy paste. I don't particularly like it's weird to state that you're applying the STAR method to work. Like you shouldn't have to say that. It should go without saying. So I'm gonna start my copy paste a little bit later in the reply. Or actually, yeah. There we go. So I've now removed what I'm supposed to remove. And now I'm just going to scan through to try, and now I'm trying to link the action result that was lower. So you can see me in the action result, I got a response about enhanced customer satisfaction and repeat business, and then linking that to what I did. And since I've already talked about those results, the plan will be to later delete redundant sentences. So the second thing that I was doing was managing multiple tasks efficiently, serving meals and drinks promptly, and ensure order accuracy. And I'm trying to think, okay, well, how did this add value? All right, well, it helps the business owner stay profitable. All right, that's something. And now I'm going to just delete the rest. But what I've clearly done here is talked about not only what I did, but exactly how what I did added value to the business. And then you can go ahead and do this exercise for other work experience you have. So do the prompts in ChatGPT, get some ideas, and then at some point you may reach a bit of a brick wall. Go back and insert that input into whatever tool you're using to make a CV. Now, I choose to skip the education section because for this scenario, we're going to pretend that we don't have a university degree. And we're going to fill out the skills section and look up different skills. Communication. All right, communication in difficult situations. Let's just say I've got lots of experience dealing with difficult customers. And also talking about customers, we also have customer service. So we'll add that one in as well. Now, what other experience can I think of that's relevant to the role of a software tester? Problem solving? Yes. And I'm going to have a wee nosy at the summary section to see are there any skills that I mention that I haven't explicitly referred to here at collaboration. Okay, and you can see as you add them in, like a live update of the skills section. Now, this is I'm looking for my first software testing job, but I have done some self-study to learn about this career path. In this example, we're going to use BBST Foundations. That stands for Black Box Software Testing Foundations. And here I started to enter a pass grade, because in this course, you pass or you fail. There's no like pass with high distinction or anything like that. But then I thought, okay, well, it looks a wee bit silly here, so I'm just going to skip the grade altogether. It's not mandatory or anything. And then let's say we did it a bit earlier this year. So I started in May, finished it in June. All right, looks good. Now let's add another course. And I did, I learned a wee bit about test automation. I learned about how to set up a test automation framework. through Test Automation University. Again, no grade. You actually, in Test Automation University, you can get a grade, but for this example, let's just skip it. And here are the dates. That's it. Now, what you can do, scrolling down, that's me. What you can do is you can choose to pay. I prefer to use tools like Canva and Word, but again, for this example, I thought this tool was an interesting tool to check out.